Hola, Radio Crew, ¿cómo está? Hello, how are you? Hola, Violeta, hola, Tanya, hola, Jovan, and all the rest of the crew at Radio Crew in Switzerland. Well, I'm going to make this video for you and your listeners as you requested. So here we start just telling a bit about myself, my activities, and particularly my music. Well, I first started making music when I was a teenager, first with the guitar, first instrument I learned. I started going to particular lessons with different teachers, but then with time I developed my own skills and I continue practicing on my own and learning on my own now, especially with the internet where you can learn everything online if you want and if you have the discipline. Well, after the guitar, I continue with the with singing lessons when I was in my 20s. I also went with different teachers. First one was Carlos Zavala, then Liliana Sfara, and finally Eric. No, and finally, oh, I forgot the last name. Well, it doesn't matter. And also with singing lessons, then I just stopped and continued on my own practicing. So with time I became my own teacher and student as well. And last but not least, the other instrument was and is the piano, the keyboards. I have an electric piano here, more like a keyboard style, not so much of a piano. So I also started learning with one teacher that I remember her name was Erica Mack, and with time I continued on my own. So again, I became my own teacher and a student at the same time. Hola, Switzerland. Well, that regarding the classes and the teachings and the lessons and blah blah blah. Well, how did I start with composing? Well, I always had that creative part inside of me, and I remember it was after taking the first singing lessons that something started, just a creative force inside of me. So I began writing down the lyrics and some melodies that appeared on my head. At that time, the cell phones weren't what they are today, where you can practically record a whole song with them, and not in a professional way, but it's way better than what it used to be. So at that time, I remember I had tapes and I had another programs on the computer where I can record if I had an idea. But sometimes I wasn't here in front of my desktop computer, so I had just try not to. I had to not to forget. I had to try not to forget the idea that I was having. So I was always carrying everywhere I went a pencil or a pen and a piece of paper so I could write down all the ideas there. Where at the same time, I always loved the movies apart from music. So another one of my activities is writing scripts for TV, for movies, motion pictures, and also short films. I here in Argentina I work in TV. I also worked in movies, acting and writing. And at the same time, I had a friend who has a production company here, so every now and then I help her out with some activities regarding that matter. And what else? Also I last year I started with something that I thought I would never do in my life, which is hosting a radio show at a radio station here in Buenos Aires. The name of the show is Carrera de Solfeos. It's like, I don't know, music race, something like that in English if you want to translate it. And it's very funny. I make voices, I make different characters. Oh, you speak like this. I speak like this like if I was a no, I speak like this like if I was a Frenchman from La France, from Paris. And and then I speak like this like I had some problems in my mind. And I speak like this like if I were a very sexy lady. Well, I'm going to continue in the next video. So I'm going to be recording 3 different parts. So this is part 1. Then we continue with more of my pathetic life. Well, here we continue. Regarding the music shows I have made here in Buenos Aires, I had different bands, different people, different musicians, bass players, drummers, guitar players, and background singers as well, who collaborated with me in recording some of the songs. Some of them also I did it on my own, where I played the guitar and I sang, I made the lyrics and the music, the melody as well. And regarding the live shows, I had, as I said before, different members, different formations. And at the same time, after the Rocq shows, I started developing a more acoustic set with another guitar player. And after that, these days I'm just playing on my own, different shows, like a one-man stand. Like if you were on a theater, you just do a monologue where I just go on stage and I play the songs and I try to make jokes. The shows are always funny, and it's very, very nice to be in front of people, making them laugh. That's something that I enjoy. Comedy is something that I really enjoy, and that's why the radio show that I mentioned before is very, very funny and has different characters apart from me, which I'm the host. Also at the radio station, they offered me to participate, giving my opinion about the Argentine economy, and well, I'm on that show. It's been like almost 2 months now. The first show I started last year in November, so it's going to be like 10 months now. I'm very happy about it, and I want to thank Jose Ruchisano, Radio Jar owner, because he trusted me. I don't know how people can trust me. I really don't know. I wouldn't trust me, but I am behaving. I am becoming a good boy, and I'm doing all the homework I have to do for the radio and for other activities that I really enjoy. Well, regarding my music, also something I forgot to mention is the worldwide radio promotion I have been doing for like 10 years now. No, 10 years, sorry. 6 years or 5 years maybe. I had like over 11,000 positive replies in the 5 continents, so it's been a very harsh task. That began when I just started refusing working with other managers because they always charged me money, and I didn't get as much possibilities as I started to get on my own. When I became my own manager, it's cheaper and it's better because you just control all the work. You have to work harder because sometimes during weekends you don't get to rest a lot, and you have to be working like 24/7, 7 days a week. Every time, if you're, I don't know, having lunch and someone calls you, then that's the way I work. I always try to be very responsible, and especially with things that I love, like music and my other activities. Also, this year is going to be very special because in about 2 months from now, next November, I'm going to be in South Africa, in the city of Johannesburg, playing live. I have been nominated. My song "Rock to the Top" has been nominated for Best Rock Song, and they nominated me also as Best Newcomer, Best New Artist. I don't know how that happened. I told them, hey, that must be a mistake. You can't nominate me. I don't deserve it. But they say, hey, man, Mrs. Paula Lepop, that's not the way you need to talk to us. You have to say yes, and you have to come to South Africa. And then I asked my mother, Mom, can I go to South Africa? And she said, yes, but you have to behave. Can you behave? And I say, yes, of course, mother. So, well, now I'm going to be next November in South Africa with the Choice Awards nominations, and I'm going to get to play there live and direct for the whole world. The event is going to be broadcasted on TV, and it's going to be online for the rest of the world. So then, when the time comes, nearer the date, which is going to be November 30 at 6 p.m. Johannesburg time, then I'm going to inform on Facebook and on other online platforms the proper link, so you can watch it if you want. So it's going to be very, very, very fun for me. It's the first time I'm in Africa, and the first time I'm going to get to play in front of, like 4,000 people. It's going to be a very big venue. So am I nervous? No, I'm gonna try to make them laugh. Also, I have some jokes prepared. I'm going to be dedicating songs to some fans here and in South Africa as well. So you had to get ready to watch that. Then we continue in the other video with more information about who Paula Lepo. Well, regarding my future plans are going to take me far, far away after South Africa, because I'm planning to leave Argentina. It's going to a very rough time, and it's not now, it's been for years, practically since I was born. Here we have a very poor government, corrupt as well, insecurity is very difficult, so you just can go out at night at certain places, you have to take care, even during the daytime. I have been robbed and people have pointed guns at me more than once, so when you come close to those situations, you just decide to make a change, and the change is going to get me far, far away from Buenos Aires, Argentina. The original idea was to get a green card, which is a permit where you can reside in the US, in the USA forever. But that's like it's called the green card lottery. A lot of people just join in, and if you get selected, then you have to do the proper immigration papers and paperwork, and the whole process where you get to live in the US in a city you choose permanently with, and then you have time to find a job and, well, to start a new life abroad. But as I said, it's a lottery, so you might get selected or not, and this is the 5th year which I've never been selected yet. So just not to depend upon only one opportunity, apart from that, I traveled a couple of years ago to the US in order to get a working visa, but with this new government, Mr. Trump is very strict about foreigners, and immigration policies became harder. So I had a job opportunity, but then the papers were not signed, so I just couldn't stay in the US as I expected. So another possibility for me is I'm gonna be closer to Switzerland. So because the other country I'm choosing is the UK, London. Maybe they're not gonna have to speak like this, like in London, because they speak like a certain accent, There's a very different way to speak. How is your mother? How is your father? How is your sister? How is your brother? What is your name? That is not a London accent. They speak like this, and it's very funny. Well, as I was saying, that idea is going to become real after South Africa, so I guess next year is going to be a possibility for me to start finding working contacts there and maybe land in London, baby. London, the UK, the Brexit, near Switzerland, And, well, just planning all of that, which is a very, very hard task. If that happens, then I'm going to have to leave the radio here and other activities as well, my job. But, well, it's going to be the biggest decision in my life, but I'm willing to take the risk because I want to experience something different, and also traveling. And for me, trying to start a new life abroad is going to be like the most not difficult, only difficult experience, but I guess it's going to make me brave, and I don't know what else. It's going to be fun, so I'm gonna give it a try. And, well, apart from that, I guess I'm just getting to the end of the video. This is the 3rd part. They told me to record a 15-minute video, so we're getting there. It's already almost 14 minutes, so the last minute I'm going to use it to say thanks to all the people that collaborated with me in all the radio stations, also playing my music. I can't name all of them because there are a lot, but I'm going to include in the greeting some radio stations abroad who played the Carrera de Solfeos radio show, Vida Siéntela FM in Texas, Radio Frecuencia Benidorm in Spain, in Alicante, Radio Onda Amistad in Alicante, here Radio Jar in Buenos Aires, and my special friends in Switzerland, Canal K and Radio Krug, Violeta Alexic, Tanya Radojevic, something like that. Joan, I can't remember, Hoffman Hevicic, That's his last name or something like that. And well, greetings to all of you, to once again to Violeta, to Tanya, and to Jovan, and the rest of the radio crew. Thank you for the chance to let me make this video for you. I hope you enjoy it. And well, extra thank you. Vielen Dank für playing das Lied, my music. Well, have a very nice weekend, rest of the day, evening, night. I don't know which time it is there, but we'll be in touch and we continue, maybe closer this time since I'm gonna be in London, baby. Have a good day. Ciao.